Welcome, adventurers! If you just downloaded the game out of nostalgia or just found it on the Google App Store and thought it was cool and you just want a quick little guide, you've come to the right place. Before we begin though, I'd like to thank Fox in the Box 12 for helping me incredibly much with all the information in this video. If it wasn't for him, this guide was going to be incorrect or probably not non-existent, to be honest. Now, without further ado, let's begin. That first tab will be only for returning players. I repeat, only for returning players, or if you're a new player and you want to play with your friends. Only then you would want to look at this. That's a quick disclaimer. Now, Endless Frontier has 6 different servers, as you can see here. 1, 6, 12, 17, 20, and 21. Now, all those servers right here are not very active because unlike server 21, which is the one I'm currently on, they do not get any new players. And the old players that play them are probably retiring by now. But if you're here and you don't want to lose off your progress, I'd suggest that you find an active guild and just stay there. But if you cannot do that, only then I would suggest to restart on server 21. Now that we got this out of the way, let's look at the teams, because they are probably the most important factor of how far you can get into the game. There are 5 teams, which matter. But basically, for today, we will only look at 2 teams, which are the speed teams and the push teams. Now, the speed team here is a linear graph, meaning that you should not skip any part of those, unless of course you meet the requirements already, but anyways. Because if you do, you either get worse stats, or for a speed team, the more decremental team here would be a slower team. Because especially for those 3, although those 3 teams look very similar, if you don't get all 3 of those pets right here, Tink, Alice and Hippong, the speed of those will vary very much. So basically, you want to max them. But why do you want to max them, you may ask? Because if we go into your pet menu, then we can go on the pet list, and if you click on this little button, we'll see all the pets that you can obtain, or that you have rather obtained from Spirit Highlands Normal and Spirit Highlands card. Basically, what those 3 pets do, once you get them to that red little box or 5 stars, which is what you'd see them being referred to, is that you will activate their abilities from the time shop. Of course, the abilities that are activated from the time shop, I am like 99% sure that have that those abilities have decreased stats, because, well, why would they have the same? It would be way too OP. So, for the case of the first pet that you wanna max, Tinky, she activates the ability of Senior Fairy from the time shop. And what does the fairy do? She makes the Elf Secret Art activate 5% more, apply it with, and right here this applied with accumulate manner. I'm 99% sure that it means that you get a 5% and then another 5%, but it doesn't make it to 100. Then again, I could be completely wrong. But anyways, if we look at here, Elf Secret Skill, as you can see here, Elf Secret Arts, Elf Secret Skill, basically makes it so you have the chance to skip more rounds. Basically, as you can see here, normally this number would only go up by 1, but I have a lot of pets and units that make it so I skip more, and that make it so I skip more stages and that I skip more frequently. The case for the other units, which are IC, that buff Senior Priest, and Hippong, which buff Senior Hippogriff, it's basically that Senior Hippogriff has 2 skills, which improve the Elf Secret skill. So basically, this thing right here. So they make it more possible for that to happen, and they also have a chance of their own to make it so it skips 2 stages. And as you can see here, it says not applied when in time shop. That's the text, and it's kind of lazy coding on Ecor's part, since if you look at the pet over here, it says Legend of Ancient Forest Awakening if Hippogriff is in time shop. So basically, even if he's in time shop, both of his skills are applied. The same thing you have for Icy with her skill. Even if the priest is at the time shop, her ability to give you a where is she? Wait, am I blind? Damn, probably missed. Oh, here it is. Basically, her ability is that with 5% possibility on every 10 floor, basically every 10 stages, there's a 5% chance that you get a 5x speed multiplier for 2 minutes. Basically, as you can see here, is without any multiplier, speed multiplier, and here is with one. As you can see here, huge difference. So now that we talk about the pets, let's talk about this here, because all of those here are also pet based mostly. Of course, there are some other requirements here, but that is kind of different. But anyways, here if we look at the Slab team meta, you'll see that it's the only one where you don't need a pet to progress, but instead you need slabs. What are slabs? How do I get them? What they're used for? Now, slabs are obtained from the airship game mode, which is a game mode that basically spaceships, and you can clear levels with your compositions. You can also fight with other players with other players' compositions, and in exchange you can get unit seals, which are the seals of every single one unit in the game, with some having more versions. As you can see here, we have bomb unit, and if you scroll up down, I'm pretty sure I had some for extreme bomb unit, but I'm not seeing him right now because I'm blind as hell. Oh, here he is. So yeah, but basically the two major points of those seals is, as you can see here, to give you those little numbers, which are called tribe friendliness. Basically, if you click on your profile picture here, no, it's not the profile picture, but anyways, I'm not really sure what it's called. You would start in this menu, and if you go into friendliness, you can read and inquire more information if you want. Basically here you can see your overall friendliness, because there are other factors besides the airships, but the spaceships, but later on they become your main source of friendliness. And if you go into try buff, you can see that you get different rewards for different marks hit here. So you can see that I'm guessing that once I hit 19,000 undead friendliness, I'll be getting more artifact slots. If I hit 14,000 human friendliness, I'll be getting extra quests, and so on and so forth. The rewards that they give for every milestone, I'm pretty sure, are the same. As you can see here, maximum number of artifact slots, you can see it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and so on and so forth. Basically, that's the main point of the seals, but they have another pretty interesting feature, which is a really clever one. If we click here on the stone tablet, you can see that there are different combinations of units that if we put them together in a team, we'll be getting buffs. So if I put on my speed team, if you go here to the stone tablets, I'll be having those 4. If they are brighter than the rest, that means that they are active. You can also see by those little lights here. So you can see, I think it was this one that I wanted to, yeah. This one I think is the most important one out of them, because all of those things here are things that matter. The movement speed and attack range and critical rate are very important, because you don't get, oh, that's the same thing. You don't get all of them from any other good slab, is basically what I'm trying to say. And if you look here, you would see you can get a critical damage of undead units, but that's in 14,000. The A, so the A means 14,000, the B would be 14 million, the C would be 14 billion, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. Those buffs are like nice to have, but really not what you're here for. What you're here for is increase basic game speed by 40%, increase attack range by 30%, increase crit rate by 13%, and yeah. Here you can see you have some other very small, very minor buffs that are nice, but then again, they don't really matter. I just want for you to understand that this doesn't matter. You can see here that you'll be getting 70% more gold, but if you look at artifacts over here, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, you can see 13.9 billion. No, that's not billion, that's million. Anyways, you can see here that the buffs to stats that you get from stone tablets are very minor compared to what you'd be getting from artifacts, compared to what you'd be getting from metal levels. But yeah, basically the way that the slab team meta functions is that if you have those 3 slabs activated, you would be getting very interesting buffs. Wait, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I have 4 because I decided to change one fairy for a senior warlock, because at the time I don't really remember why, but anyways, you probably shouldn't do that, but I'm just doing it because that's always how it's been, plus I like the cover of those units. Oh, I forgot I could do that. Anyways, basically it utilizes this, and this stone tablet. This one is just here for the bonuses, which are not that bad at all, don't get me wrong, but probably not worth to eliminate more skip chance for them. Anyways, now that we went over the speed teams, we should look over to the push team. Now, something that I want to get to your minds about is that this right here is not a thing that you should follow strictly, because in most cases you would have better stats on your speed on your slab teams on your slab team than you would have on your push team. That is simply because of a game mechanic which also comes from the airships, which is called daily exploration. Basically, you can send out your airships on missions every single day for a different amount of time, and you would be getting those little enhancement materials, which if we go over to, if you just click on your unit and go into this tab right here, signature equipment, you can see a pretty interesting and important menu for the push teams. That menu right here is the reason why this team, for me, has worse stats than this team right here. I just wanted to check something. Anyways, no, not that. Anyways, basically, your push team should have either a shadow or a crow knight as a core, with cores being basically the units that do the damage because of certain abilities they have. And the 3 most popular units for cores are Shadow and Crow Knight for their cloaking ability and their tribe being undead, because other troops of course had them, but they're from weaker tribes. And the other popular unit would be the bomb unit, which he does not have that cloaking ability, even with his pet completed, as you can see here, pet grade 5, which basically means it's maxed out, but he does not have the cloaking ability. The reason why he's so popular is because he's a fast as duck boy, and he can basically compensate for having to kill all of the opponents by being so fast that, as you can see here, most opponents don't even have the chance to spawn before their crystal is completely destroyed. So basically, your cores are going to be Bomb Unit, Shadow and Chronite for the different teams. Though for your push team, I would suggest that you really do not use Extreme Bomb Unit as your core. I would suggest either Shadow or Chronite, depending on if you have another unit that can go as a core unit. And the way that you determine what units you want for your push team is simply by opening them and ranking. Oh no, I went too far. And by ranking what this number here means. You want the units with the highest amount of equipment points on your team, on your push team. Your top 12 units, and ideally you do not have two of the same units from what I'm seeing besides the first team, but you probably won't have any good units with a lot of equipment points to put in their place. So now that we went over the main teams, it's only fair that I'll just tell you the names of all the other teams, because we're not going to talk about them, but their names are kinda self-explanatory. So the other three teams are gold acquisition teams. Pretty sure they mostly include, I'm just going to scroll a bit, give me a moment. Pretty sure they only include this guy, and to be more fair, his extreme version, because of this here and this here, because humans in this game are all about gold, because we're greedy creatures. Most of us, not all. I'm not calling anybody out there greedy, but yeah. The others are Offline March, which are let me just find them. I think it was this guy. No, that's not this guy. Yeah, which is it's basically those units right here that have this special ability, and ideally your whole team would be full of extreme versions of them, because as you can see here, the offline marching speed from those guys is 200%, and from the same unit, just not extremed, if I can find them, of course. Why are there so them? It's only 30. Plus you don't even get the bonus of having 100% bonuses even in time shop. Now the 15 can be kinda basically either a unit upgrade team or a battle arena team, with battle arena basically being the same as the airship arena, but just for your main team. And just like in battle arena, where that level and that level right here matter, for your battle arena the only level that matters is this one, your gold medal, your gold level. I'm sorry, it's kinda late. I'm not really in a fantastic spot, but anyways, as you can see here, I have basically 30,000 medals on this guy, so I'm going to completely destroy him unless Somebody cloaks me, but yeah, as you can see, I won. And since I'm in B tier, I'm probably not going to find anybody stronger than me. Please give me somebody stronger. Oh yeah, as you can see here, he has a higher metal percentage. He has like 1000 ish, like more so 900 on my core. So that means that he's going to completely destroy my team. As you can see here, yep. But if everything is metal oriented, why would I make a battle oriented team? Basically, there's this thing that most teams either have too little units that have a cloak detection, which is this little eye right here, or yeah, I think that's it. They just have too little cloak detection. So basically, they get even if you have more medals, you could still lose to something like that. Although it's primarily done with Chronites from what I've been seeing. And that is the reason why this guy right here doesn't win that much. Which is surprising to me because he has 6 X-Lig. But anyways. Now that we went over the different teams, it's only fair that we talk about a very big time and material haul for your resources, which is the artifacts menu. The artifacts are items that give you bonuses to your units. As you can see here, Axe of Gorgos gives more attack power to my undead units and increases the quest code acquisition. I really don't know how to read that word. Anyway, so basically it gives me more gold. Basically makes it so these quests right here give me more gold. As you can see here, 20.8. Please don't mind the chatting. But please don't mind the chat here. What do you mean? Okay, never mind. I'm typing it here because I'm going to forget it. So if I am to sell that artifact, now that same quest will be giving me 19.1 AG. I'm stupid. Anyways. And artifacts have different stars, as you can see here, just like units. They have different stars, and the higher the star, the bigger the bonuses are. As you can see here, this one is a higher star than all of those. So it gives me insane stats compared to the others. As you can see here, you have G and F, and over here on something that has more than triple the levels in it, it's only in Bs. So yeah. Now I don't know why my avalanche bow is that high. I'm going to reset it once I save up some gems because of something that I'll be showing you later on. But basically, you want to put in your honor coins into 2 artifacts, only 2, and those artifacts have to have either increase the attack power of undead. I'll just change it here. You can click on this little one, this little guy, to just change it from pictures to text. I have memorized the picture, so it's easier for me, but I'm going to keep it like that because you're probably not familiar with them. And so I want attack power for undead and critical damage for undead. Those are two main stats that you want. And as you can see here, there's a second ability. That second ability, in an ideal world, would be something like reduce the quest upgrade cost, increase quest code acquisition, or decrease quest open gold. So basically makes it so this number would be lower. As you can see here, I have this decrease the quest upgrade cost. Oh, that's upgrade cost. So yeah, again, don't do stupid stuff like me. I don't know why and when that became that high, but I'm going to sooner rather than later do this, so I get a lot of honor coins back. Anyways, some of you that have more keen eyes will see this thing right here, the plus 120. That is what we call limit break, and it basically increases the maximum level of your artifacts. The limit break is only accessible through spending honor coins, and the reason why, and it's the only reason why, honor coins are actually probably even more important than gems or transcend tickets, because the other uses that you have for honor coins are really meh at best. As you can see here, no, this one just in here, you have a whole shop, and all in every single one of those things here, even those here, are complete and utter doo-doo. The other use could be somewhere right here. No, not here, just here. Or here. And as you can see, it's just blueprints for useless ships. And even if there is something better, but you should definitely not. You should just wait to get it from the normal or special expeditions. So yeah. Now that we went over what you want your artifacts to be, and we should look at pets. If you go to the pet list, you would see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways that you can single out types of units. Those being Spirit Highland pets, which are only accessible from here, or tickets you get from your daily quests, but more on that later. Raid pets, as you can see here, there are 5 different worlds. There are Outland Barrow pets, which are pets for plebs, and plebs is basically every single one four-star and below units. So no, so basically every single one unit below, I guess, the golem. So basically Orc Axe unit and all of those units that are below him are called plebs. Plebs can be used for certain Spirit Highlands levels. I think there was something like here. Not really sure. Yeah, wait, where was it? No, I just lost it. Yeah, not mission 5 6 star. So yeah, as you can see here, you cannot use strong units like you will be able to use here. So yeah, The other use for plebs is if you go into the guild quests, we'll talk more about that. Basically, they're used for here, 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 and here. So yeah, this is where they're used for. Anyways, let's go back to what we're talking about, which were the event pets. Event pets are mostly non-existent because of the fact that the game does not receive that many updates. So we haven't received a single pet since I think this was from 2024. No, yeah, from Christmas 2024. So basically, the only event pets from here would be Scarecrow. Oh wait, I think I have. No, it's not that. Anyways, Scarecrow, Panda. Think Pee-Pee, not sure though. Oh wait, I think there was another way to see them. No. Oh, okay, there's. So basically, of those are, I think, the only one event units that you event pets that you get as a new player. So yeah. Another way to single them out is if they're from the Greek histories. You can see here you have Poseidon, you have Zeus, you have Aphrodite, you have Hephaestus, Ares, Hera, Hermes, Apollo, Artemis, Dionysus, Demeter, and here you can also have zodiacs. Yeah, but yeah. Another way is from the secret shop numbers, which are here. There are 13 stages of it. Oh wow. I did not know I had that. I haven't played that. I haven't been very active in this tab right here, which is what this whole section is based off. So I'm very lacking for my KO in those things because I used to only get the top deal, but I think should definitely be going for every single one deal that you have in the secret shop. Unfortunately, I cannot reset to show you, but as you can see here, you can exchange pet fragments for different pet fragments, and worth to note that the only pet fragments that you can exchange are of 5-star pets. And now Greek pets can be obtained from shop and secret shop, I think, I'm not sure though. And tickets, I'm not sure about zodiacs. I don't even know where I got those from, but anyways, outland battle pets are pretty self-explanatory. You get them from this event right here, outland battle. I should use my tickets, yeah. So if I defeat this guy, I'll be getting 3 of Boonk Bonk. No, Boonk Boonk. Pretty sure how that's how. So yeah, if I defeat him, I would be getting 3 of those. I think that's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way that you can get them from Atlant Battle, and eventually, if you go far, and go for, if you go far every single time for I think about a year, like max, I'm talking about maxed out tickets, you should be able to max this out. I'm not really sure. And the last and probably the most powerful after the secret shop pets is going to be the raid pets. The raid pets can be obtained from good boss rates. I should definitely do mine. I'll just do them on camera. So basically, if you click on here, you could see that if I manage to beat this boss, I'll be getting 3 of those pets. A little bit of preview from what we're going to talk about is the good rates. I'm going to actually do them later anyways. So yeah, you can obtain them from the guild rate. You can also obtain them from the world boss. And as you can see here, you unfortunately cannot get them from guild invasions, even though you're fighting the same bosses. The same bosses as in the first world. So yeah. Now that we're done with probably the longest part of this guide, it's time to take a little breather and talk about guild wars and guild invasions. Guild wars are basically a guild versus a guild, mostly related to Kyo, which is basically your level, and it's 100 times less than your maximum stage. So yeah, so if I'm to fight this guy, I'm not going to use units, and my game crashed. Yay! I love you, BlueStacks, I really do. So if I were to fight this guy, I'm going to win, because I simply have 70 levels on top of him, so he does not stand a chance. But if I were to fight the guys on the top, I was going to lose because they had much higher level than me. Although there is no best composition for guild wars, since it's mostly Kyo related, and every guy would have something different. As you can see here, you can see those are different. I do like to go for the same strategy of putting an X-Lich in front. So if my opponent was to be using, oh damn, he got far. If my where was that guy? I saw. Yeah, so if the first unit of my opponent had the cloak ability, I will not lose. That's why I like to use X-Lich from back. And yeah, so this is what I have been using. Again, no, there is no best composition, mostly Kyo related, so don't sweat it. Just make sure to put a unit that has the cloak detection trait. Again, that's the little eye. No, you don't have it. I just want to show it just so, yeah, this little eye right here. Also, if you click here on this, you can see exactly what those things here mean, and what these things here mean, and what those things mean. So yeah, I like to put the X-Lich because oh, that's the wrong thing. I have to put X-Lich and behind her an Elf Guardian, which is something that we'll talk about later, because Elf Guardian has an insane AoE attack, and if you put her behind something, she would just tear everything apart, as long as she's got the levels for it, of course. Pets, you can either go for bonuses like this, like HP, but me personally, I'm only fighting people that are weaker than me or somewhere around my level, so I like to get the thing done faster. So I'm using Jinger, which gives me more attack speed for range units overall. As you can see here, it's not something tribe specific, like as you can see in Leo, it's elf units. Here I think it's again elf units, Mummy is undead units, but yeah, I really like him. Just gets done stuff faster than the others, not that much faster, but still. And as you can see here, it would be I will completely wreck them. Sorry for the thing being sideways. Just that I'm on an emulator, so I cannot. So even if I were to rotate my monitor, you will not see any difference. But if I fight this guy, the same thing that happened with the guy that had more. Let me just do this. The same thing that happened with that guy who had higher levels than me would happen in there, and I'm not going to do it because, yeah, it's just common sense. Now that we got the guild wars out of the way, I'm going to talk about guild boss raid, guild invasions, and world boss and alternate battle all in one, because the teams are very, very, very similar. So for wait, that's not thing. For guild raids, as you can see here, that's the team. Those are the teams. For guild raid, that one is the only one that matters. I mean, you could still do that one, but as you can see here, it's just you just change the order of the units. Nothing too crazy. I think this one is for guild. Yeah, this one is for guild invasion. But anyways, as you can see, the teams are with the same units as the guild raids, and same for the world boss and the outland battle teams, except that for the outland battles, the outland battle teams, you only you have like 2 times the heroes, 2 times the plebs here possible. And the only thing that you should really know about that is just that in the outland battle you do 2 times the teams for guild invasion, raid, and so on and so forth, but you put the fully transcended extreme end, so he can tank. That's it. And then you just here do the same thing over and over and over and over again. A certain misconception is that some people might see undead debuffs, because as you can see here, let me just reload to yeah. Oh, just imagine that this says unit attack power down, as it says for humans. Some people might think that it's a good idea to change the Shadow Knight for Atlanta, because they have similar abilities. In fact, they're the exact same, just different colors and so on and so forth. So the Shadow Knight one is Mark of Death, and basically once they've been marked, they receive 5% additional damage. And the Atlanta one is the same thing here. There's 30% chance to be marked, and you receive 5% additional damage. Your units deal 5% additional damage. I'll just buy this. So yeah. You should not do that, from what I've been told. So yeah. Also, ideally, you never have enter tickets. I'm just somebody who's lazy, so yeah, I cannot be bothered to go past the complete now quest. I'll do it someday, just not going to be today. Again, don't take example from me. I'm a very bad player. I'm just here to show you what's good. Anyways, now that we've covered everything here, there's just one minor thing that we haven't covered, actually two, but for now we'll focus on this. Is basically Tower of Trial, which is the same thing as Spirit Highlands, except that instead of pets, sometimes you get either medals or honor coins, and if you fail to find a solution in Spirit Highlands, as you can see here, I have 4 out of 15 tickets. If I were to fail this on purpose, in this case it's on purpose. Okay. As you can see here, I have 4 tickets. If I were to... No. This guy. I have right now 5 tickets. Unless they haven't patched it. If... Oh my god, why does this take so long? As you can see here, I have 4 tickets instead of 5. So like those are the two differences between Spirit Highlands and Tower of Trial. Something else is that there are more restrictions here than there are on Spirit Highlands, but that's just because Spirit Highlands is something that does not reset. This thing right here resets. The same time, it was the same time or something. Or I guess not. Anyways, so yeah, so this resets. This one does not. The only time that this will reset is if you change accounts. Maybe, yeah. Now, there is just two things actually that we haven't talked about yet, which is daily stuff. Every single day, you have those same quests with the same reward. The only thing being different is the completion rewards. So for example, right now, today it was 3 transcend tickets. And tomorrow it will be something like, say, 1000 gems, 1000 HC, honor coins, or pet selection ticket, but instead of 3 units, 30 pets to be 40. So this is your daily. Guild wars can also be considered something daily, because there are 4 wars constantly. The only time that there will not be 4 wars is if your guild has less than 5 people, or if you just join the guild. So in order to prevent multi-account syncing and getting unreal scores like here, say 100, they made it so if you were to join a guild and they have ongoing wars, you are not going to be able, you are not going to be able to see those rewards. So let's see if I have somebody new. No. But anyways, if somebody were to join in, let's say, 20 minutes, they will not be seeing this, they will not be seeing this, they will not be seeing this and this. But yeah, the other daily thing is, if you go into your settings and you go into quiz roulette, here there will be simple math for literally a first grader. The questions are something along the lines of what's 19 plus 5, and then you have option A be something like 2, option B be 24, and option C be like something like 6. And the other part that's more exciting is the roulette. You can spin it 3 times per day. As you can see, I have received those rewards here. The first one is free, the second spin is 100, and the third, I think it's either 300 or 200 honor coins. I really would not suggest doing it, even though there's a chance that you get transcend tickets. I don't think that's worth it, in my opinion, to spending 300 daily for not even a guarantee, because it's a 4, 7, 10, 12, so it's a 1 in 4 chance that you get 2 or 1 transcend tickets. So yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Something daily that is not on the daily tasks though is the daily expression. Yeah, that means right there in the name. And now that we talked about the more free-to-play friendly parts of this game, let's talk about one of the few pay-to-win parts of this game, which are these guys right here. They're called Guardians, and there are 4 of them. One for each tribe. You get them once you hit 101 kill, but you may not see them simply because you need to restart the game, so you need to just exit it and restart it. I really don't know why they made it like that. Also, don't do this. I forgot to mention this. Just don't spend gems on money. I don't think that's worth it. I probably have, but I just like consistency, so I just do it so I don't lose on consistency. So yeah, I just do it. Again, not probably not a good thing, but yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry, I just kind of forget. This is like, I think, my 7th attempt at making this. I cannot memorize the, oh yeah, Guardians. So basically, there are 4 Guardians, 1 for each tribe, and they're the most pay-to-win thing in here. After this, which I'm not going to open it because YouTube might take the video down. Anyways, so who should we start, who should we pick second, and who should we upgrade? The first Guardian that you get is Mammon the Hero Lord, since I cannot see it from here, but if I go to unique skills, you can see here that each and every single one Guardian provides attack power, defense power, HP, and additional medals for their own tribe. The additional medal, this one here, right here, is, I would get this only if I were to be undead. Here you can see that you revived as a human hero. It means that my human units are buffed. So if I were to change my tribe, you're not on cooldown. If I were to change my tribe to undead, I would be an undead hero, and then my undead units would take a pretty good bonus stats. So yeah, you want to first get Mammon, the Hell Lord, because he buffs undead. And once you get him to +10, right here if it says +10, then not be able to upgrade him till you get a second Guardian to +10. And your second Guardian should be this one right here. Simply because the only other viable-ish team for right now is Elves plus this Guardian. Its skill attack is insanely good for carrying you through Spirit Highlands. You can just put tanks or units with a comeback mechanic like this guy right here, this one right here, and you can just put that and it will more than likely carry you. Also you can add in an Extreme Lich, and voila, you got a pretty good team already. Like that team would probably be able to carry you through most. Of course, for Spirit Highlands there is another thing that you can do, which in the community is known as the Old Reliable, which is basically, I don't have the units. Yeah, it's not a mission for orc units, because why would it be? Basically, let me just go to something which does not. You got. Can I? Okay, thank you. Basically, okay, I'm going to have to find that. Yep. No, not you. I don't have the unit. So basically, a combination of those three units is known as not reliable because it can carry you through the difficulty tabs, but yeah. And one thing that I did not mention is why Guardians are pay to win. Because they use guard tokens or guardian tokens, and if you go into the shop and we go into the gems, if we go, not really sure where it is because I'm free to play just give me a second to find it. Yeah, as you can see here, guardian token 3000. This is 3000 guardian tokens that you would never receive as a free to play player. So this is why it's the pay to win thing of the game. I'm not really sure there are any others. Yeah, as you can see here, there's something else. That's another 3k that you're not getting, so 6000. Yeah, so that's 6000 at least for now of guardian tokens that you will not be getting, which is rough. And after that, it doesn't really matter if you get the hero one, the human one, or the orc one. I just really love the design of this guy, so I got him. I got it, my bad. It. You can see the genders of all of your units here. You can see male, female, neutral unit, which basically, I think it's not really sure what the gender is, but anyways. So guys, this is like the whole guide. This is everything you need to know when it comes to the basics for this game. If you are interested in joining the game and already having an active guild team, you can join my guild. Link would be in the description. Or if you have other questions for the game that were not covered in here, you can join the Discord server, which again, the link would be in the description. and then you can ask either me or other helpful players in the community for help. So I hope this video helped a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.